Just going to show you a few tips and tricks as to how I give my dog insulin and some problems I've overcome over the years. And a few tricks that I've learned over this past couple of years that solved issues that I couldn't seem to solve. So my little guy here, Jax, is 14 years old, and he's been on insulin now for over 2 years. And he's still doing pretty good, and he's very consistent when I do it the way I'm doing it. So the first thing is the insulin itself, and I'll grab that in a minute, but the insulin is 40 UI insulin, and you have to make sure that your needles that you're using are U40. You can see right in the box here that they're U40 needles. So one of the things that I struggled with was I would seemingly get about 3/4 of the way through a vial of insulin, and he would just erratically start to be unstable again. He'd be drinking and drinking and drinking and going to the bathroom and drinking and getting up at night and drinking, and it was problematic. And I was always then testing his blood sugar. I knew he was high because he was drinking, and I couldn't understand why this was happening, because he'd be good for a long time, then he'd just start going downhill again. Now, I may not be 100% correct, but I believe what the problem was reusing the needles. So I now order these needles online. You can see the brand I'm using, this LE Medical. They're not overly expensive. I order the boxes of 100, and I give him his insulin in the morning right after he eats, and then again at night right after he eats. And for me, that's 8 in the morning and 5 at night. And his meal at night is a little early, but it works, so this is what I'm sticking to. In any case, I started off by reusing the needles, and the vet had told me just to reuse the needles until they start noticeably being dull and you're, pushing them in and giving the needle. It was starting to become a problem, and I was doing that. And so after a while and some thought, I said, well, maybe I'm contaminating the insulin because the needle has been in his blood and his body, and now I'm sticking it in the vial of insulin, and that insulin vial is lasting me about a month, so those contaminants are in the vial and maybe it's doing something. So in any case, I switched and started using a new needle every time, so that if contamination was the problem, that I was not going to be doing that. Well, lo and behold, when I started using a new needle every time, I get right to the end of the vial and he's stable. So again, this may just be me because he doesn't take a lot. I was giving him 5 units originally, now I'm giving him 6, and he's very stable. So 6 units per, and so a bottle lasts me about a month, I'm going to say. In any case, so it's a long time of putting dirty needles back in it. Anyway, that's number 1. Number 2 is his food. I'm giving him canned food, and I give him exactly the same amount and exactly the same food every day, and very predictable. And he sometimes has days where he doesn't eat it all right away, but I give him the needle. If he only eats a quarter of it or a half of it, I give him the needle immediately anyway when he's done eating. He will go back and usually finish it, but I haven't had any issues. From what I've read, even if he doesn't eat by a certain time, you've got to give him the needle anyway. So I've been doing that, and he's been good. So I'll go get the insulin, and I'll come back and I'll just show you what I do here and how I give him the needle and what works for me. So this is the insulin that I'm giving him, and you can see on the box 40 insulin units per ml. And again, that matches the units and the type of needle that I'm using, and you have to be sure of that. So anyway, what I do is I take the vial out. I try not, obviously, to touch the top where the needle's going in to contaminate it. I was told just to roll it, not to shake it. I've found now I rock it. I don't shake it, but I rock it back and forth, and I'll frequently see sediment after it's sat in the fridge overnight or all day long, and I rock it until the sediment mixes. Then I take my needle, and when I take the needle out of the package, I push on it first, because there's always a little gap there. and so I push to make sure it's tight, that I'm not drawing air in at the top of the needle. Now when I put it in the bottle has a ring in a ring, and what you'll find is if you try to put the needle a little off center, still within that center ring, but if you're a little off center, it's going to be very hard to get it through. There is a thinner point of rubber almost dead center, so the needle will go in there much easier. So I basically put the needle in like this, like so, and you can see where the insulin is. I then draw it down to 6 units. If I'm a little over, I'm a hair over there, I pull the needle out and I just bump it up until I'm right at 6, which is there, and then I'm ready to go with him. So I'll pick him up. I'm not actually going to give him this insulin. I'm going to show you how I put the needle in and do it, because he's already had it for this period. So I'll just come right back here. Okay, Jax, let's show people how we do this. So I find with him, he's a small dog obviously, so I sit him on my knee with his paws over my leg, and I have the needle ready, set it down where the tip is not touching anything, and I just brush the fur aside. And I used to try and give it to him in different places all the time. Now I always give it to him in a small circle. Doesn't seem to irritate his skin or his fur. It just works there, and he's comfortable with it. He's used to getting it there, so I have little resistance from him. So I clear the fur, and then I grab the skin and I lift it up. I try and lift it pretty good because I don't want to put it in the muscle. This is going what they call subcutaneously. So I take my needle, and I'm not going to stick it straight in. I want to stick it just under the skin. So I put it here, I puncture it there, so I'm in. And now again, I've already given it to him, so I'm not giving it again, but I now depress it. I give him the insulin. Then I put my finger on the needle itself and pull it out. Now what I find is when I give him the insulin, I will actually feel a little bulge that the insulin creates under the skin. And I just keep my finger there for about 30 seconds to make sure that it doesn't leak out of the hole I put it in with the needle. And I find it's quite normal, and it's very consistent when I feel that bulge. Sometimes if I don't feel the bulge, it may be going in too far and be in muscle tissue or something, and sometimes then he has issues. But again, that's how I do it. And he's very tolerant. He's been doing this a long time. Doesn't bother him. So anyway, I just wanted to show that because I struggled at first trying to get him stable, and he's very stable now. And again, I can't say with 100% certainty that the individual needles instead of reusing needles was the problem, but I dealt with that problem for well over a year and just couldn't understand why his blood sugar would be way out. So again, I have a tester and I can test him in the ear. But now his actions and how he acts, his behavior, I know when his blood sugar is high immediately because of just what he does. And when it's normal now, he sleeps well, there's no problems. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and I hope somebody who's maybe having some of the same questions I had, I'm not a doctor, but this is what I've done and it works for me, so I hope someone finds this useful. Anyway, if you found it useful, please like and subscribe.